Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to grow angel's trumpet, or brugmansia, and it's a gorgeous plant from the Andes Mountain of South America. So in order to know how to grow it, let's find out where it's native. So brugmansia, or angel's trumpets, are native to the Andes Mountains of South America. So they really like mountainous conditions, but they don't want to freeze at all, so they'll freeze right out. So they like a lot of heat, but they usually will burn if it's too hot. So if it's a warmer climate, put them in part shade. If you live in a colder climate or near the coast, you can get away with the sun. Now they're easy to grow, whether you start them from another plant or by the roots. And either way, you'll have a beautiful plant very quickly. So angel's trumpets are usually sold in a pot already blooming. They have beautiful trumpet-like flowers that dangle down in gorgeous colors. And they don't want to get too hot or too cold. If they go below 60 degrees, they get damaged. So you have to be really careful to keep them inside if you live in a cold climate, or when the nights get cold, to definitely bring them in. Now they start from a root, or that's an easy way from the bottom of a plant. It'll send out suckers sometimes as well. And so my theory on roots too, when you're transplanting, is always break up the roots or take some of the dirt that's around it away and give it some fresh air. So that'll stimulate more growth. And a lot of times too, you can even cut some of the roots existing off and it'll encourage it to grow more. But this isn't too, these look healthy still, we're going to leave them. So when you plant them, you just put them right into the soil and make sure not to cover the stem at all, because they do not like it, and then it'll rot and you'll lose it eventually. So always plant it right to the top of the root line. And you want good drainage. They don't want to sit right in really deep clay type soil. They want good organic material because they're from the mountains of the Andes. And so they do really well in other mountainous areas. So I've planted it to just above the root line, and I'm going to water it well. And I'm going to make sure it drains out really well. It never just sits right in water, because that's the easiest way to kill it. If you live in a warmer climate, you can put it right into the ground. It'll winter over and come back every year. If you live in a cold climate, just set the pot outside. It'll bloom all summer. When the nights go below 60, and then they start turning yellow, trim it back down about this much, or even leave 1/3 of the plant if you can. And then that way you can put it out again the next year in April or May or June, whenever it gets warm above 60 again at night, and it'll bloom all summer long again. It's a great garden addition.